in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, A-floor.
Appreciate you, Coach. Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and, of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Denver Broncos.
Outside. 50. Vikings at 50. Check back 50. Hey, watch his flat. Watch his flat. Watch his flat. Watch his flat. Lady. Lady. Hey, Foxtrot. Foxtrot. Big out. General West.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler has an undrafted rookie. It's Phillip Lindsay. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Kill.
On second down, it's Lindsay. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
Mike's 50. Record. 5. Hey, check. Mike 50. You got nothing with it.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
All right, T, let's go. All right, T. Can. Gun.
Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Bailey, and it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Troy Apke. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick six for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season, it's big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year one. By year two, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. He takes this for 3 to the 29. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Danielle Hunter, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. 27 yards there, a first down.
There's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 37-yard line. Working out of the gun, Cousins. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Line 50, line 50. There we go, here we go. Hey, look. Man, 50. Here we go.
From his own goal line, Darnold looking deep for Adams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And he's able to get it out of there. And he'll take it just outside the 40. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
54 Mike. Watch the run. They're running.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Jordan Willis in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now Cousins. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Will Parks.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 19-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10.
Mike by 4, Mike by 4, Mike by 4. Hey, Delta. Watch the twist, watch the twist. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I got him. Bad 80. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch the touch.
Darnold from the gun. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And where did this one go out? Not good. Let's see. They're going to say inside the 35-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The former first-round pick, Kareem Jackson, there defensively. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Cousins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. On 3rd down, Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And they got the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Get ready.
Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And an alley to run. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On first down, right back to Lindsey. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018, the Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Phillip Lindsay. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
He was brought down by Eric Wilson. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run by.
Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Mike's by 4. Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
Following the interception, Cousins going deep for Diggs. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there, hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving. You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he's got Kyle Rudolph. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the field.
Touchdown, Vikings! Stephon Diggs. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Broncos nothing.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line.
Bring it up.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey, Haywood.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for, but now it'll be 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the 50, it's Darnold. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Jordan Willis, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Throwing, Cousins. And Diggs has it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Cousins now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. Left side caught by Diggs. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Cousins now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Mike 51. Mike 51. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
From the red zone now, Cousins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
51's the mic, boys. 51. Hey, exit. 51's the mic. Hey, Steamer. Watch the screen. Pass. Mike 51. Mike 51.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
51's the mic. Get your swerve on.
They'll throw again. Cousins. Yeah, he's got it. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
45. Mike, 45. Hey, Clipper. Screen. Watch the screen. Whip.
Cousins again. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown.
They can't see it.
Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Bailey got the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work...
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
Keep playing hard.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. To throw, Cousins. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
Hey, walk
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Hassan Reddick. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Throwing is Cousins. This will be caught inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point up and good by Bailey, and that will extend this big lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
We play to win.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. The former number 1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Now it's Darnold. He completes this to Sutton. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Sutton is part of a good young receiving core for the Broncos. They liked Sutton enough last year. They traded away Demaryius Thomas, if you remember, halfway through the season. And Sutton, he responded. Rookie campaign, had over 700 yards, 42 catches for the man from Brenham, Texas, which is located halfway between Houston and Austin. Darnold now to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Mike Hughes. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. To throw is Cousins. He's going to fire one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. They'll get 34 yards there.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
They go play action here on 1st down. That's going to be caught. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Gun. What do you want? 40. Gun. Hey, keep it up. Check black. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Bravo.
Cousins to throw it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Byron Murphy, the first pick of the second round there defensively.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal?
First. Hey, orbit. 45, Mike, 45.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Steven Sims Jr., his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Bailey got the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fair catch. Made it at 25-yard line. The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. On third down, here's Lindsey, and this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Now Cousins. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Vikings 49, Broncos nothing.
Jahan! 180! 51 to Mike! He runs! Bang! Lynch 50! Bang! Wide! Mike 51! All day, just like that.
To throw again on second down. Cousins. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that will extend this big lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He'll dump this one off to Lindsey. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. Darnold from the gun. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And it's 3rd down.
The Broncos on 3rd down. As bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Darnold. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
It's our time. Check the backer, check the backer. Red 80. Check Mike. Pilot, 64, weak.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
54 is Mike, 54 is Mike.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Harrison Smith on the safety blitz, able to get the sack. The D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play, or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz, and in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that 4th down.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
All day, every day, any day. Check 99, check 99. Through. Hey, 1 sec. Take up 48. 54. Mike, 54. Now watch run, watch run. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Watch the safety creep. Zebra, zebra, zebra. Wait,
a first down throw for Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. Man, it's caught inside the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 36 yards on the play. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
54. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
To the air again, it's Cousins. He'll find Diggs once more on the completion. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Hey, we're good, we're good.
Again, it's Cousins. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Steven Sims, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Bailey got the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey, Zoo.
And here we go on 4th. Darnold. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Another run by Lindsey. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Just shy of midfield. 2 yards on the play. And the Broncos 1st down.
Yo, lady. Mike's 50, Mike. Hey, Charlie.
A 1st down throw, Darnold. This is the tight end fan. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
At the 46-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They'll try to draw Lindsey, and they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Hey, Alpha.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. He's got his big tight end, Fant. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. The Broncos had 15 4th-down conversions last year, most in the NFL, and they're going here.
Check. Oh, 80.
They're going with Lindsey, and the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down in the backfield. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 44. Here's Cousins, and Diggs has it. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down. Throwing here, Cousins. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Come on, D.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Vikings, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week